Boom. We have a brand new BDC. Body ends and skins. Come on. But Sasha gonna bust his ass though. You can see Sasha is driving great. So man, that's, oh, let me.
Perfect.
Welcome back to the Autolust YouTube channel. And today I got some good news. Well, the bad news already is it's Florida. So you already know it's hell hot. Whew, summertime too. It's about 93 degrees with a real feel of I think 100. You know, but I got some good news for you guys who's been watching the channel. You already know what time it is when Sasha, where she is, when Sasha is back at the shop. There. Boom. We have a brand new BDC, body domain control. Yep, I pulled it from out of nowhere. That we're getting ready to put in. So we've been waiting a long time for this thing. So where this goes is, once you take this bottom kick panel out, you disconnect the battery, disconnect a couple of harnesses here, and that pops right on out. And it doesn't look as big as it is while it's installed in the car, but this piece is pretty big. And this is the body domain control. If you don't know what the body domain control is, it controls pretty much everything in the interior of the car. I mean, lights, switches, buttons, AC, fan speed, literally everything you can see, touch, or feel, the body domain control controls. But the problem we're having is it's starting to be a little idle issues in the engine. And I mean, everything is brand new, from the injectors, coils, spark plugs. I mean, literally everything in the ignition is brand new on this car. You know, the mass airflow sensors, O2 sensors, you know, trust me, everything has been gone through. So it's something very weird when this car misfires on all cylinders at idle, you know. So we're thinking, since the DME runs through, well, the wires that control the DME runs through the BDC before it gets to the DME, and it's all canvas, the bad BDC can be sending a effed up signal up front and making the car idle weird. You know, we thought it was the throttle bodies because we were getting false throttle body codes, and we swapped those brand new. That's not the problem. So we're gonna pop this baby in and see if this fixes the problem. But before all of that, you want to make sure you disconnect the battery. That's first and foremost. Anytime you do any type of electrical work on a BMW, especially a highly modified, extremely powerful one like this one, you definitely want to make sure the battery is disconnected. And for this car, it's a chore disconnecting the battery. The seats have to go down, you know, this stuff has to come out, and all type of crazy other stuff. So I'll let you guys see the BDC once I get it in. I couldn't get in here with my regular camera, but once you get this stuff out of the way, this little panel, this little kick panel, pretty much right here with the M logo on it, this piece here that covers up down there, you can pull the carpet back, and this large white box that goes up under the dash, that's the factory BDC. It's right in front of this fuse panel, and as you can see, it's a bunch of stuff that goes through it, into it. So you want to make sure that battery is disconnected before you start taking this thing. All right, so we got the old BDC out. As you can see, it's just a bunch of slide plugs in, and what a slide plug is, or a slide harness is, you slide the little, well, I don't know the proper name for it, I just call them slide harnesses, because as you lock it, it slides into place, and when you slide it up to unlock it, it pretty much pops out. The same way the ignition coils are on the engine. But this is the old one versus the new one, and you can tell a couple of differences right off bat. Like, this is the new BDC, this is the old BDC. The first thing I noticed was this 15 amp fuse is in a different spot on the new one versus the old one. You know, Omar said leave it where it is. It's probably revised on the inside and it doesn't need this space anymore. So I'm gonna leave it how it is. If I plug it up and something's wrong, then I'll move it. Another thing you can see that's different is the writing on each BDC. This one is version 20. The new one is version 30 max, meaning I guess this is the newest, last one there. Like this is the last hurrah. And as you can see, this BDC has a lot more, you know, influence from other companies versus the factory one, as this one just has the factory company somewhere where it was made in Morocco, and I don't even see the factory name on it or logo. This one has a slew of different logos on it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, at least 10 different companies has something to do with this BDC. So if you put a 10 pack on here, it better damn work. You know, it better do what it's supposed to do. So to put this in, you put it in reverse fashion. And once you hook everything up, I wouldn't go to buttoning everything up until you can successfully, you know, code the BDC. This BDC doesn't have to be cloned because it comes from the factory already made for my car. If this was a junkyard BDC that worked, you would just have to make sure the part numbers are exactly the same and clone the data off of this one onto this one. But we're not doing that. We're doing it a different way. So hopefully my software is old enough in my car, the car software, where the computer can do it here at the shop and I don't have to have BMW do it. Because if BMW has to initialize everything, they're gonna lock both my DMEs, which that can't happen because this car is highly modified and tuned. Then I'll have to take both DMEs out to get them benched unlocked, which I definitely don't want to do, because that's $200 per DME. That's $400 after spending $400 to have them initialize this BDC. So hopefully it works. So let's get it put in and get it ready to see if it takes the code or takes the initialization or whatever the proper name for getting this BDC reading in this car.
A few moments later.
All right, so everything hooked up. We got Mr. Boosted BMWs himself. Hey, hold on now, hold on, boy, y'all on YouTube now.
Better get JT.
Get who?
Control your friend.
Control him?
Hey, show him what we got right here.
This is an actual demonstration.
What we got right here, man.
An actual boosted beam. Hey, I'm finna clean it. I can clean it.
1,000 wheel horsepower. Yee. And that's his daily over there.
No, that's
No, that's not the daily. That's the what?
the second to the daily.
That's the second to the daily. The daily is the Lexus.
The Lexus.
All right.
The GS.
The GS350. So we got the Hellcat Red Eye Jailbreak.
That's a jailbreak, man. Tell her that's
This ain't the regular Hellcat. This ain't the regular Red Eye. This the Red Eye Jailbreak
Yeah.
with the peanut butter skins.
Yeah.
Peanut butter ends and skins.
All that.
Come on. But Sasha gonna bust his ass though. Yeah. When you put the big 3.8 Whipple on there, I'm talking about right now. Ain't no way, man. Hey, gang. I hope this BDC works so I can show him better than I can tell him.
So I can show you tail lights.
He said he gonna show me the tail lights,
But that's the big jailbreak, man. 807.
and it's going right back to jail.
So this is an actual demonstration, bro.
All right, so after about 2 hours of trying to code the BDC, it didn't code. You know, the software won't even communicate with it. So we guessing that whatever these new, cause I mean the software Omar has, he's done tons of BDC programming, tons of CAS module, film modules, BDC module programming. But for some reason with this one, it won't touch it. You know, I guess that's the V30 Max. You know, V30 Max, that better do what it's supposed to do. You know, so, well, it better do what it's supposed to do. Excuse my language. But, you know, at this point, we made a appointment with a professional programmer, you know, one of Omar's good friends, and he does this stuff for a living, only programming, you know, and cloning and stuff like that, you know, programming guru. So hopefully, you know, because I mean the way he sound like he knows what he's doing, so I'm gonna hold him to it. So tomorrow we got an appointment, so it'll be overnight for me, but it'll be a couple of seconds for you. So let's get here tomorrow and see if we get this thing programmed.
The next day.
So it's the next day, and it's a very, very, very hot day, even hotter than the last, and it's around 10 o'clock. So what I did is I came straight to Boosted BMWs, you know, got the new BDC hooked back up because I needed to hook the old one back up to even drive the car home. And now we're doing a remote session here with Omar's guy, and he's taking over everything now. So you know, everything, hopefully everything goes fine, because if not, then I have to go to the dealer to get it done. But the new BDC is in, hooked up. We're connected to the, you know, remote team viewer or whatever the hell type of software they use to do it. And, you know, I'm gonna get back with you guys and let you know how it goes. But, you know, hopefully this guy here knows what he's doing.
2,000 years later.
Gang, so it's actually the next day again, and it's actually getting ready to rain. So if you can see, it's water on the dashboard, but also you can see Sasha is driving great. So man, let me tell you guys what happened. So we caught hell trying to fix the BDC. You know, I mean, first we couldn't communicate with it because the software is so new. It says version 30 max, whatever the hell that means. It must be some extreme software version, you know. So it was hard to communicate with it. So the guy who was doing my programming, he downloaded some more software that was just released, and come to find out, that software is what made this coding of programming possible. You know, he was able to do it, so that's great. So at first I'm like, man, the lights on the dash don't work, the AC lights still aren't lighting up, you know, something's wrong. You know, I'm like, I don't think the BDC was the problem. You know, Omar and I like, man, it can't be the BDC. You know, in my mind, you know, Sasha still has a exhaust leak, because I think it's either the turbo header flange between the turbo and the header, or the turbo header and the engine block. Something's leaking. But we're gonna have to smoke test that to find out and put new gaskets on it. But so I was thinking she was still running funky, you know, because I'm like, man, I hear exhaust leak and all type of crazy crap. But come to find out, she runs great. You know, she idles smooth. Well, as smooth as a highly modified BMW idle, you know, and well, that needs tuning. She still isn't tuned yet. But the thing is, if you guys are having dashboard lights that are not working, cluster and AC controls, it's not the BDC. It's a company called, I'm gonna put them right here. I reached out to them after doing some research, and come to find out, all the F15, F16, F85, and F86, that's any 2014 to 2018 BMW full-size SUV, no matter if you got a 35i diesel or M car, true M car, that's included. The lights go out on the dashboard. You know, some circuit burns out and it starts to make the LEDs either burn out or not get power. You know, and they say they've been dealing with fixing that issue since 2014. So I'm gonna take Sasha's gauge cluster out and send it out to those guys to get all the lights back working on it. But I did know I had a BDC problem because of my AC controls, not the lights. I would turn the AC on high and it only stay on low speed, and then it'll kick on the high speed on its own. You know, that could have been a resistor or a sensor, but it wasn't. You know, because it's working fine now once I changed the BDC. Also, my windows were having problems, and locking and unlocking the doors were having problems, you know, so I knew it was the BDC. So now that that's changed, you know, everything runs good. Sasha has full power back again. I can floor now and she grows wings, you know, full throttle, but I don't want to do it because, I mean, obviously she has a big exhaust leak, and that's very bad. You know, I mean, stuff gets so hot in that area to melt things, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to get that fixed ASAP. But yeah, man, I'm going to put the link to that company who's doing my gauge cluster in the description. I haven't used them yet, but the reviews are very, very high. You know, so I think they got like a 4.9 or 4.8 on Google or something, which is pretty much unheard of these days, especially with how sensitive people are about their cars. But yeah, man, I'm just so happy to see that this works, man, and I'm just gonna keep driving her, you know, a couple of times a week to make sure she stays, you know, in this thing she's in, you know, this mode she's in. And another plus is when the BDC was changed, I have other, you know, menus or other options in the iDrive system, which I didn't have before, you know. So I'm like, I mean, it's not a lot, but it's a couple of new audio settings and this sport configurator setting, not my M1, M2. I always had that configurator, a regular sport configurator, and I never had that in there unless it was always there and the BDC being bad was making it unavailable or something. Who knows? But I mean, Sasha drives great. You know, the what can I say? But I'm very happy. So both cars are back on the road. They both do need little odds and ends to become back, you know, 95% perfect, 100% perfect, you know, but those things will get done in due time. I do want to go ahead and finish Olivia out with the cosmetics, which is taking her front bumper off and doing the headlight lenses and blacking out the inside of the headlights, you know, get that nice, you know, luxury / menacing look on her front end. So I will be doing that soon in the upcoming video. So I mean, yeah guys, so if you have that dashboard missing lights, gauge cluster, and your X5 or X6, you know, or you're having some funky stuff going on in the interior that's not working right, you know, it could definitely be the BDC, or your gauge cluster needs to get sun out to get the lights and stuff fixed on it, you know. And if you're having funky misfires and the car's not running right, you know, if you don't know why your car is misfiring and idling crazy, it could be the BDC. The BDC fixed mine, so at least that's what it's showing so far. It's the second day of running good, so we'll see. And I'm sure once this huge exhaust leak is fixed, she's gonna run even better. So like, share, and subscribe, and Auto Lust out.